Okay, let me tell a little story about a guy named Tim. See, he was gonna work out, but then, well, he didn't, but he felt really bad and he knew that he should. So right after dinner, he said that he would. Walking outside, braving the heat, he began to sweat from his head to his feet. And with an old tire and a sledgehammer too, he huffed and he puffed and he almost turned blue. But 20 minutes later, when he finally quit, he smiled to himself because he'd done it. Alright, that was embarrassing. Yep, that was embarrassing, but there's only like 25 of you who even watch these things, so I feel pretty good about that. Watch, this will be the one video that gets like 300 views for no apparent reason. Hopefully not. Well, there's a review of yesterday. I was gonna work out all day, but then I was really busy at work. I didn't have time, and then I got home and I was like, man, I need to work out, but instead of doing the push-ups and the sit-ups and the chin-ups, I decided I was gonna go do some cardio. So I went outside after dinner and flipped a tire and swung a sledgehammer and just wore myself out. It was great. It was fantastic. So, didn't do the chin-ups, but then I realized that my shoulders, I did a couple of push-ups just to kind of see, and I realized my shoulders still kind of sore. You know, they're still not quite where they need to be to really push it again. So, that's fine. The goal for today is 450 squats, because my legs are fine. I mean, they're probably a little sore, and I think probably 1 or 2 sets in, I'm gonna be screaming at myself to stop, but that's fine. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna push through. I'm gonna try to do 450 squats today, and then possibly tomorrow I'll swing back around. I'll pick up and try to do those push-ups again. We shall see. Oh, tomorrow's also. I might not. Actually, tomorrow I'm planning on recording a new song. I'm planning on recording a new song with some friends. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. So I don't know if you will hear that specific recording, but hopefully it turns out pretty good. I'm excited about it. So that might put a damper on what happens tomorrow, but we're not there yet. We're not even talking about it. So today, 450 squats, that's the goal for the day. As for the thought of the day, I hadn't really thought about it that much. We've been talking about politics the last few. We're getting some great feedback, some great conversation. About that topic, about the different issues that are out there. And one of the things that I think, and this will be quick, I have a thought just on this that I think I've meant to share before. One of the things that I think people end up doing that is really unfortunate is that they judge an ideology or a political thought process, a political ideology, whatever it is. They judge it based on whatever one particular candidate is running. And here's what I mean. So Donald Trump's running for president, right? And people go, this guy's a terrible human being. He says all these stupid things, and he's, you know, a loose cannon, and what's even going on in that head of his? And they go, who could even vote for this man? He's insane. He's this, he's that, and the other thing. And then people who actually look at what he's talking about doing, just the ideology that he's putting forward as far as actual plans for the country, and they ignore some of the personality quirks, get a completely different picture, and they go, okay, well, I either agree with this or I don't agree with this. And that's one of the disconnects that's happening in our country. People go, yeah, but have you seen the man? He's ridiculous. And it's like, well, okay, but he's added, the United States economy has added over 1 million jobs since he became president. So while he might be, like, he might not be very polished, would be potentially the understatement of the century, he's not a politician. He says things that are ridiculous. He tweets and you're like, stop tweeting. Apparently, on the jobs front, things are going pretty well. Stock market hit an all-time high. So that's a good thing. Illegal immigration is down. That seems like a good thing as well. I'm not saying this to say Donald Trump's the best president ever. What I'm saying is that if you get hung up on a personality of the personality of the person representing the party or the president, right? And you don't actually look at what he's or she is doing and what those specific policies, regardless of the personality pushing them, if you just look at the policies and the effect those are going to have or have had on the country, you get a totally different picture of that particular leader. That's just how it is. And it's unfortunate because in our day and age, we focus so much on the personality. We're like, well, we want someone who's got the charisma of JFK, the squeaky clean record of, I don't know, Ronald Reagan or Barack Obama or whoever you want. And it's like, wait, but what policies are they talking about? What policies are they doing? But it doesn't really matter, because if you don't like the person, and if the media decides they don't like the person, then everything he does is Hitler, which is ridiculous. But that's just the way it is, unfortunately, right now. And I hope that more and more people, and I think more and more people are, they're realizing, look, this is just ridiculous. Whatever's going on with the media coverage of politics as a whole, we should just stop and take a step back and go, what's actually happening? What policies are we putting forward? What are we actually doing to improve the country and put us in a place to succeed? I don't care if the guy leading the country is an incredibly accomplished speaker and he's got a squeaky clean record, never does anything wrong, whatever. They want to see results, and I think that maybe is what's happening. Now again, I'm not saying I agree with everything that's happening. I agree with all these policies. What I'm saying is there's a massive disconnect between the two of what's actually happening and how the leader of the country is being represented as an abject failure, even though there are some things that, you know, a previous president would have been lauded for, would have been celebrated for, would have been shouted from the rooftops, 1 million jobs! Yeah, 1 million jobs. That's a good thing, I think. That's a good thing. But either way, I'm just pointing this out. It's ridiculous. Hopefully, I'm sure you guys can all kind of see through that and realize that there's a big difference between what's actually happening in the media, the hit job that's happening, and the failure that's being screamed from the rooftops, and some of the things that are actually happening that are helping Americans. Again, don't agree with everything, and there's some things I'm just like, really, I really wish you were Ronald Reagan, or, you know, we're as eloquent and as, you know, polished as Barack Obama was as a politician, or Bill Clinton was as a politician, not as a person. I got a huge problem with that guy. That guy was an absolute, terrible human being, but very polished. Anyway, that's it for today. Hopefully I didn't offend too many of you guys with the little rhyme at the start or the rant at the end. If I did, oh well. See you tomorrow.